definitely sounds over dramatic, but it's not. Also, actually, now I think about it, I do need to start live. History is about to happen, Mason. History is about to happen. Also, I'm so excited to show it off. I cannot. It sounds like such an exaggeration, but it's really not. Yeah, it has. Like, it really didn't help that for camp, like, all of Phase 4, like, all of the end of camp stuff, I could not really stream. But today, we're making history. I have been working on this for about a month. And I'm not, like, it sounds like I'm really playing it up, but I'm really not. It's just that big. Hi, Mig. God. Like, Lego, I hope that you're on because you're gonna have. I need you there. You're probably like the #1 person who needs to be there for that historic moment. And you do know what it is. Yes, Toasty. And I'm back with a huge surprise. No one knows that I have been working on something behind the scenes. Something that I did not expect to actually get, but something that actually happens. That's actually about to happen. It's about to sound extremely dramatic, and then once you see it, you understand why I'm being so extra about it. Because sometimes, yeah, I'm playing it up for the theatrics. But this time, this is one of those moments where, no, it really is warranted. It really is that big. I know, but this time though, it's actually warranted. Everyone's here. And they don't. I will be extra here because it is truly deserved. All I will say is today is going to be this is going to be one of those moments that people are going to be putting in Origins logs, and it's not going to be a shiny. That's how big it's going to be. This is not just Origins history. It's Cobblemon history. Also, wait a second. I'm also going to run the ads now so like I don't really have to delay it as much. Because yeah, I know, like, we need to be safe. We need to be free from ad hell before that happens. Bigger than that. Yeah, Lego knows what's about to happen, and he knows that it is the biggest thing. Like, he knows how big it is. Probably bigger than sliced bread. Well, actually, maybe a certain type of bread. vert technically because I was making sure that like technically it might be counted as cheating, and I didn't know that he's more than one on the technical side, and it was more of a technical question more than exactly knowing what's going on. But basically so for everyone who doesn't know, there is a reason why I am on Origins. And it's because of someone, like, I would not have looked into Origins in the first place if not for a guy who also makes VR content. A guy named Shoeless. Who probably, like, my main inspiration when it comes to content. And basically his storytelling is so good, and there's one big thing about There's one big thing about Shoeless. That, like, the first video I found about him is a video about basically him pioneering flight in a game that was never meant to have flight. A guy who made a mechanic that people did not even think was more than a maybe like a party trick into an actual full playstyle. A guy who turned flight possible in a game where they thought that flight would not be possible. And in a sense, it reminds me a lot of my experience here about, flight isn't possible. Like, I've been wanting to fly. Something that, everyone's been taken for granted, but I would not be able to. I was not able to. There was something that I've been waiting months for. That I even jokingly said, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna go look into the Cobblemon source code and try to make it happen myself. And what if I told you all that it was not just a joke? I made it happen. Miracles don't just happen. You make them happen. And here you are witnessing the first person to fly in VR. You were here, everyone. The first person to fly in VR. Jolly, the way to do it is to make a custom version of Cobblemon and a custom version of Vivecraft. I had to dive so deep into both the source codes to make it happen. And I figured that there's no other Pokemon that would fit better to fly on first than Tropius. And as I always say, nicknames are not given with me, they're earned. And what what nickname would fit better for the first Pokemon to fly in VR than Shoeless? I will also say though, like, while birds work, there's definitely a few that are still janky. Also, I did ask for it earlier. Does anyone have a Dragonite I can fly on? Because jets technically work, but they're extremely janky. And I'm trying to figure out if the camera does work properly if I'm a passenger, but it doesn't in jet. Because, like, basically what happens if I'm flying on a jet, my camera stays fixed. Like, I do not turn around, so, like, controlling it is a complete nightmare. Thank you. Yeah, okay. It's not just while flying on it, it's also while being a passenger. That's good to know. That means that, oh god, that's gonna be a lot of work. That's gonna be so much work. But hey. I mean, that's so and it's really funny because I also found out while looking at the source code that technically not really well, but I always could have flown technically. I would have had. The thing is, technically it works, but you can't turn if you're holding a carrot on a stick. With like regular Vivecraft. There's also like a bunch of because like. If I just go with, like, fixing to make sure that I can fly, you barely turn. You barely turn with the default values, so I've had to adjust the values to make it that, like... If you guys try using my custom version of Cobblemon, it would be impossible to use, basically. It would be... Like, you would slightly turn your mouse, and you'd be flying sideways. Pretty much. It's basically impossible to control. Like, I've had to adjust it that much. And yes, if people saw that like I maxed out a Pokemon yesterday, the advancement, yes, it was Shoeless. It was him. Just because like I wanted to make sure that since it's a custom version, well, 2 custom versions of mods, I wanted to make sure that, well, it did work. Like, it would not desync or anything when I showed it off. So I just went, okay, I'm gonna test to make sure it works. And yeah, as you can tell, it does. Still a bit weird because like it feels like I have to just lift my head so much, but honestly, it's still not as bad as I thought it would be. Honestly, fairly well. At least on birds, fairly well. Now the issue is just visibility, especially in the Tropius, is pretty limited. So probably not the best pick. But I had to pick that one as the first. Now, like, I don't even know what I'm stuck on. Because unlike everyone else, there's still the issue of I can't go in third person. That's probably something I'm never going to be able to fix. But yeah, like, the issue is just... I'm definitely going to have to pick something smaller in the future. But hey, that's really not that bad. I think there's issues if I try rotating by just... Actually, I do have a Pokemon that might be better visibility-wise. Do I have... Yeah, I do have PCs in this backpack. Where's the kilowatt roll? There it is. Maybe, maybe not, Matt. Because, like, the... Yeah, okay, yeah, that visibility is way better. Because I will say, though, like, busing was still very funny. I know, I'm so happy. It finally happened. I had to make it happen, but it did happen. Okay, it looks like turning is still a bit janky, though. I think it might be after landing and then trying to take off again. Don't know what's the cause. Huh. And yeah, basically, I got it to work. There's definitely still a lot left to make it work properly, but This is so huge. I mean, at the moment, I think that Golric is still my fastest one because most of them are, like, Tropius, obviously not really ready. But, like, I still think that there's a lot I need to adjust and tweak. Yeah, thank you, Farley. Like, I think that at this point, like, it's just a lot of minor tweaks, so it's not too bad. Like, the fact that it works in the first place already for me is the biggest part. And yeah, when I was saying I'm down to. I was planning on fossil hunting tonight. This is why I got mobility now. Sign me up to use it. But yeah, this is going in Origins logs. I don't care if it's mainly shinies. This deserves it. You know what, Matt? Sign me up. I just need to make some brushes. I'm not surprised that I had to make it happen myself, though. Shout out to work, though. Definitely helped that I had quite a few moments where it was just very little to do, so I was just able to just do nothing but read source code as to kill time. Do I have... Okay, I do have... Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I think this is where I was making... This is where I was making April juice, because I could make some juice for Kilowattrel. What does this look stat-wise? You know what? I think we can do better. Probably, like, replace a Sarlacc for, like, a Ganlot. Maybe different apricorn. Oh, right. That's not where I have my apricorns. This one. Let's go with red. What does that give again? Let's replace apricots. Cut for Sarlacc, maybe, or maybe a second star if I don't know. Oh yeah, I do like this one. Still need quite a bit more, okay. Just looking. Drop these in there. I think I'm gonna have the... Oh, I do have Just managed to pull 2 more off. Launch. Oh, actually, do I still have Shoeless? I do have Shoeless. In honor of the first of a guy known for pioneering flight in a VR game, I bring you a Pokemon that pioneers flight in VR. This is what you missed, Launch. This is what you missed. I did not overplay it. Hi, Draco. I did it. I did it. VR flight has been acquired. I do notice that there's a bit of a bug when it comes to like landing and then launching back. But it's still such a huge improvement. Launch. 6-7ing back, as some would say. Still don't know what's going on with like the rotation after landing. That is weird. Because that's what Launch's whole thing is. It's his whole identity. Okay, you're right, Crash Bandicoot. That is also your other half of your personality. I might adjust the angle for up or down, maybe, so like I don't need to turn as much. Like I don't need to lift my head as much. That might be a good thing to do. Because as is, I think it's a bit much. Like sideways, I've already basically like quintupled the sensitivity for like the sideways angles, but I did not really touch up and down. I might also just adjust it just for heading, like for going up and not for going down. That also could be something I could look into. Now let's go fossil hunting. As if I knew where I'm supposed to go for that. Honestly, I'll take any at this point. I just want an excuse to fly around, Mason. I just want an excuse to finally do what I couldn't for months. Like I don't think that's really that weird of a. I could, or I could also wait until a better time for most of them. Also, I still don't know what's so fundamentally broken with boat mounts. Like, it still doesn't work for me, and I don't know how I can even fix it in the first place. Okay, this angle looks off. Like, specifically boat mounts. The other ones seem to be, like, actually, submarine I think I fixed. Like, they used to technically work but not turn, but thanks to fixing birds, I know how to fix that. Which other ones are there? Dolphins are basically the same issue as jets, where they technically work, but because of the fact that the camera doesn't really cooperate, it doesn't really work. Hi, Pancake. Welcome. Welcome to a world first. You probably missed the part you wanted to miss anyway. The very first flight was on Atropius. You missed the world first, but you're... This is so satisfying. I worked so hard for this. It just clicked. Correct. Hi, Bert. I did it. It works. I'm mostly free. Jets are still very janky. Honestly, jets are still very janky. I would not recommend. I would not recommend jets. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show it off because I do know I have a Gyarados somewhere. Also, I found out that while I would not have been able to turn at all, I technically was always able to fly on most flying mounts, but just in a straight line if I was holding a carrot on a stick in one of my hands. That's what I found out while looking at the Vivecraft source code. Hi, Nox. Because basically, like, most of, like, the main bug comes from a part of the code for when you're riding a pig without a carrot on the stick. It basically, like, makes it so you can't control the mob you're on, and with the way the code was written, it's basically, like, any entity that's considered, like, a mob that's not a horse would have that issue. Where it would just not move at all if you're not holding a carrot on the stick. So technically, I would have been... Like, there were still some things that would have needed to be fixed. But that is still the biggest thing. Like, I technically could have flown. But there's no way anyone would have known without diving that deep. And basically what I did right now... Yarrow? I did do it. I am free. Right, I do need to dismount basically every time because, like, it doesn't really save the... Like, it tries to go for the past rotation, I think, or something like that. So I do need to dismount basically every time I land. And jets are not usable. I will show very quickly if I can find a Gyarados I've got somewhere. Shouldn't be hard to find. I'm pretty sure. Like, I would have to do so much to make it usable. I might work on it on and off, but right now it is not on the menu. Con, I know I've got one, unless I traded it? Come on, there's got to be a jet mount somewhere. Oh, I guess that is a jet mount, actually. Time to show exactly what I mean. Like, I do not really have much control like this. Like, I think if I was able to make it so the camera would follow what's going on, it would probably be like usable. But as is, not really. Yeah. But I feel like that's probably gonna have. I would probably have to rewrite most of the code of how the camera works specifically when writing a jet Pokemon. And at least in the short run, not really in my plans. Especially when I think that there's easier stuff I can tackle. But I think that basically Dolphins are in the exact same boat. But you see? On the bright side, that is still way more progress than where we were at until this week. So, you know. Like, it's good that I can be optimistic. Like, I'm way more optimistic about it because, like, we're actually getting somewhere now. I can take damage. But yeah, I do think I need to adjust, like, the vertical angles. Bitter, this is what I did. This is what I did. I did a miracle. I can fly now. I can fly. I made a custom version of Cobblemon and Vivecraft to be able to do this. Custom version of both. Well, I technically did, not really. Like, the thing is, I don't have either one as a dependency. I just changed the source code of each on their own and then recompiled them. Like, I technically can, well, so, like, the issue is, like, I still need to compile for every single test because of the fact that I basically have to test both together. So, like, I technically don't have a proper dev environment. I can compile both and have each individually work, but not a proper one. Right, I was supposed to show how boat mounts were broken. I've shown it in the tournament video, but might as well show it again. Like, I feel like on paper it's really not that bad to fix, but it's still a bit of a pain. Just remember that for this demonstration, I am just holding forward. Oh my god. Oh! That's right. I tried looking into it a bit, and I think that I broke it even further while testing stuff. And I thought I reversed it while I recompiled. But apparently not. Right now, it's just not moving. But basically, it just goes in circles normally. Like, I hold forward and I just move in circles. no movement, like no actual progress in any direction. So like, yeah, I broke it a bit further, but in practice, like, it makes no difference. Now let's see if this works the way I think it does. Because I think I fixed it so I can turn properly now. Like, it used to be that the underwater ones worked, but just could not really turn. Okay, we can turn. Like, the angle, like, the fact that this is considered the front is very weird. But outside of that, no complaints, really. Well, excessive stick drift. Like, it's still so weird that, like, this is considered the forward angle. But, you know, like, this I would consider as, like, I would consider that working, so why would I complain? Thank you, Yarrow. I'm so proud. I would say it's broken, but just, like, not excessively broken, so I know I could break it even more, so I'm not gonna try to fix it. And yeah, this is the first Pokemon. This is the Pokemon I used to show off the fact that I can fly now. Shout out to Shoeless. I could not have nicknamed this Pokemon anything else. But the problem is, yeah, good luck seeing anything. I feel so powerful. I earned the badge to use fly outside of battle, everyone. I earned the badge. I don't know how you all got it, but I finally got mine. This looks suspicious. You know what? I'll take some relic coins. I do need a Goldengo. Exploration, because I never did it before. I never didn't really do much exploring for obvious reasons. I got so many reasons to do it now. And yeah, the fact that I managed to get this working also means that, yeah, do expect more cool stuff in the future. I have the power to make mods again. Kind of. Not as much as I like, but I do have some power now. Yeah, I think it was like my third attempt trying to get this working, like trying to get the flying working. And funnily enough, quite a few of my failures actually ended up being quite helpful for like getting tweaks working for like proper turning. Because like first thing I did was actually just straight up trying to change how rotation works. Because like I did not even try getting the transition from grounded to flying working first. I was just like, okay. Because one thing you could do is you could just start flying on desktop, then switch to VR once you're flying, and then you could move forward but not turn. So that I was trying to get steering working while doing that to see if that was going to be any easier. It did not work. I think it's because like while it behaves slightly differently, the whole carrot on the stick bug, even then the carrot on the stick bug still doesn't quite work 100% well. I think like something related to that just makes it that it was never going to work. Because like at least even when I needed to adjust stuff, I could tell that I was steering but just barely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to adjust the Y angles. At least like going up. I think going down it feels fine. But I feel like I need to lift way too high to actually go up. And the thing is, like, I don't really mind playing, like, over-exaggerating it or making it possible to over-exaggerate because I looked at the... Obviously, I looked at the source code. I think I'm going to say that, like, 20 times this stream. But basically, the main thing I'm trying to say is that while I noticed that it puts a cap at how much you can steer in one direction, it just makes it that basically, like, instead of being able to steer further, it just makes it more sensitive. That's basically how it works, and I'm not trying to break the cap because, well, first of all, that would probably cause issues while playing on the server because it would cause desyncs. But also because I'm not trying to cheat. I'm just trying to make it playable. So, like, basically, like, the equivalent of, like, what I did for the turning is basically I made it basically 5 times as sensitive to the direction I'm looking. Because otherwise, like, you can tell, like, it's not necessarily like, it feels like I'm turning normally, let's be real. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm turning way too much. And remember, that's 5 times as sensitive. Like, that's just how the difference between the two. And I'm also not trying to really change how the whole behavior is supposed to feel. Because, once again, I'm not trying to cause desyncs. I'm not trying to make it better. I'm trying to make it functional. That's been my whole philosophy with it. Yeah, I do think. Yeah, okay, that does confirm. Like, the fact that it just took off fairly well, at least to me, says that, yeah, I think it just saves the rotation it had before landing. It just doesn't update for some reason, which is... I don't know. It's weird because I don't see why it would do that in VR, but not on desktop. Then again, like, I've noticed that Vivecraft does a lot of weird stuff with its mix-ins. I will also say that it's does make it hard to just be able to take a proper look at what's around because of just the over-exaggerated motion to go up. Yeah, so I think that I'm gonna look at how to make it easier to, like, easier to go up but not go down. Because, like, I think the angles for going down are fine as is, but not for going up. I need to make it more sensitive one way but not the other. Yes, that's what the Pokemon are for, Draco. Or, actually, you know what? No, that's not what we do, Draco. We never give up. That is not in my vocabulary. As you might have noticed. Matt did say I'm always extra. That's because I just take the extra step. It is no longer just a joke. I would make it happen. And yeah, I probably still will. Like, I think that my job is not over on this. Definitely reaching a point where I'm happy with the progress, but there's still a bit to go. Because I won't lie, I do think that properly working jets would be so cool. Like, actually do like the whole flip in the air would be so sick. In two ways, really. I think that a lot of people would Earl while trying to do it in VR, but I think it would also be so cool. So it would actually be sick in two ways. And I also wanted to start working on other cool projects I wanted to do at some point. Like, I do want to spend some time working on a custom mod that would just, like, whenever I scan a Pokemon in the Pokedex, it just sends basically the data for the Dex entry and the Pokemon name, and then would just read it with the Pokedex TTS voice. I think it would be really fun. Like, I think I know exactly how I could do it. I just need to take the time to do that. Or could I find fossils, actually? Do I even know anywhere with fossils? Oh. I'll recognize the spot, I think. Wait. Is that a natural cave? Or is, because, like, I feel like that doesn't feel natural. That is kind of cool. Oh, I could explore. I don't think I've explored here before. Oops. Don't worry, cats. I come in peace. There's no such thing as too many bones. Okay, so that was it. It looks like it. It looks like. Now let's keep exploring. Like, that was not fossils, but you know what? I'll take stuff. Free stuff. Who would say no? No. Right, I remember now why I don't fly on shoeless. The visibility is the reason. I probably would for the funny at some I probably will for the funny at some point. And until then, I did not feel great. Yeah, I do need to get used to just flying on birds, but also I think I do need to adjust a bit. Like, I think sideways is fine, but once again, I said that I do think that up and down. Like, this should not be how high I should look for it to go reasonably high. Like, right now, it's going down. I might... there's a lot I need to look into. But, honestly... yeah. And the issue is... like, it's not like I'm not looking up. It's just that right now, if I look higher than that, my neck breaks. Which I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. Actually, you know what? I might try doing some live tweaks. I might do that, actually. I don't think anyone would mind. I'm gonna guess that no one minds. Whatever. I'm gonna decide that you guys don't mind. Where is it? Where's mouse? Why? Oh, there it is. Oh, maybe. Let's try this. I'm struggling a bit because I don't know Kotlin. Well, let's try this. Okay, maybe like that instead. Oh, I could do this maybe. That would be it. I want to see what's going on. Okay. Now I can go back. Now we wait for a few minutes. Plasma, you missed the biggest thing. So let me bring my controller back to life. Still needs a lot of tweaking, as you'll notice, but there you go. I can fly on birds now. I have made my own custom version of Cobblemon and of Vivecraft to make this miracle happen. We're in the air now. And this might lag for a bit because I'm currently recompiling the mod with a few minor tweaks because at the moment I need to look way too high to actually move up. And I'm adjusting that right now so that if I'm looking up, I can go up more quickly, but if I'm looking down, it stays the same. Like it's the same as the current values. Like I've been tweaking the sensitivity quite a bit for quite a few of the mounts because in VR, the sensitivity is way off. Like, you'll notice that, like, oh god, when it comes to turning, it's fine. When it comes to turning, it's fine, but I've had to increase the sensitivity by 5 times. When it comes to turning, like, the sensitivity compared to, like, regular gameplay is 5 times the sensitivity. And I do notice that to go up, I do need to change it, but for side to side. I'm on Origins right now. I'm on Origins right now doing this. Like, my custom version of both Vivecraft and Cobblemon is compatible with, like, regular 1.7.3 servers. But I've had to make my own version. Like, I found out that, like, what the biggest thing that broke mounts was actually such a weird quirk in Vivecraft that basically treats, like, any mob that's not a horse like it was a pig. That's no, on Flygon, you probably wouldn't have been able to turn. And the only way you would have been able to would... Actually, there's 2 ways, technically. But I doubt you did either way. The first one would have been that you would have needed to have started your flight on desktop and then switched to VR mid-flight. And the other thing you could have done would be to hold a carrot and a stick. Because, like, the main bug behind what happens... that breaks most of the flying mounts is it treats basically any mob that's on a horse, and that's why line mounts work, because they're considered horses, is because they're treating them like a pig without a stick, so you have no control over them. Even the flying mounts, like birds, if you start your flight on desktop and then switch to VR, you're not able to turn. You can just go in a straight line. Because otherwise, like, technically, if you start it in VR, like, what happens is instead you just don't move at all. Like, you technically go in the air, then you suddenly lose control of everything. You cannot do anything. And right now, you might be noticing that I'm lagging. That is normal. Because right now, I'm recompiling Cobblemon to make another tweak. And I know that does take quite a bit of juice. Yeah, that's still going on. Because otherwise, like, the only mounts that work are the hover mounts. And what's the other one? Rockets. Oh my god. I mean, Sin, I don't think that normally you're just compiling an entire mod while streaming while playing at the same time. That's the only difference between the two of us. Hello, horse. Oh, okay, you know what? I might hide in a tower in DC right now. Because I think I'm setting myself up for failure right now. With that amount of lag, because like I'm noticing that it is getting worse. I'm setting myself up for failure right now. That is not what I'm trying to do. Oh my god. Yep. Oh, let's just chill here. Let's just chill here. Yeah, okay, I can tell that right now my computer does not enjoy the current situation because I think it's taking twice as long as usual to build the whole mod. Anyway, I need to restart the game once I have the mod ready. Look, it said it's 90% done, so it shouldn't take too much longer. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. It is fun. The whole making mods and that kind of stuff. That is fun. That is also fun. Like the issue is just I've been putting too many hats on at once. That's why I haven't been able to do too much. There we go. It's ready. We'll see if I broke it further or if we're good. Right now, we're just waiting for the game to reload. So hope everyone else's days have been good. Obviously, mine has. Obviously, mine can't have been bad after this. I'm not too surprised that jets don't really work. I'm not really disappointed because no, that is such a high level of complexity that it would have been insane if all I needed to do was just basically change one line of Vivecraft and boom, everything works magically. Okay, I think are we back? Yeah, it is. It usually does. Could not tell you why, but it usually does. Now, hopefully, this is gonna feel a bit better, and hopefully, it's not gonna. Because I also don't want to just start falling like a rock. We're gonna find out very quickly if it worked. I'm still gonna pick up the stuff I could pick up here. I guess it wasn't the main goal here, but I guess we can start working towards getting a gold Go. Oops. Alright, there was that chest. Nice. Oh, I do want gems. We know what's coming soon. We know what's coming with 1.8. Gems are big. Finding gems, absolutely huge. Oh, I got some steaks here. You know what? Yeah, let's take them. Okay, let's sort of this. Let's sort of this. Oh, there's quite a bit of stuff that I didn't know I had in here. Should I have gaming gold? Yeah, I do have gaming gold coins in here. Fine. I think I got all I need from this. But I'll still take the EXP candies. That's also another thing I can have too much. I don't know. I did not pay attention. I did not look into it too deeply. Not look a lot into the if the mechanics would change to match champions or they were still 1.9 Gen 9. What am I saying? 1.9. Oh, I do have more of those. Is there stuff I can dump? Oh yeah, I can dump this. Oh, in the creator event? I mean, you can probably check the summary in there. Like, you could probably go back to the VOD and check the summaries. You would find out very quickly when you think about it. You could very quickly check the accuracy, and you would know immediately. I had to leave basically I had to leave 2 hours in, so I basically just vibed and just kind of went for the silly things. Like, I knew, for example, that Drampa became rideable, so I intentionally got a Drampa. Just to ride around on it, since I was not playing in VR. Funnily enough, actually, it was at work that day when I had to leave the event early that I actually figured out where to look and like the spot in the Vivecraft source code that basically made riding possible. So I guess the fact that I had to leave the event early was a little bit of a blessing in disguise. I'll say, honestly, probably the best part-time job I've had. So chill. Do you remember something else I could... Oh, yeah, that was the stuff... Oh, I already visited this, but not checked the tower? What's wrong with me? Okay, now we can check if that fixed the kilowatt roll. Oh, yeah, we can... can we really tell the difference? I don't... Wait a second. I feel like it did the opposite. Is it me, or do I go down faster but did not go up any faster? Yeah, okay, yeah. What did I do? What did I do? Did it just behave the opposite way compared to what I thought? Like, was the logic the opposite, or did I just mess it up that badly? No, okay, I think it just behaves the opposite way compared to what I thought, looking at this. Okay, that's good to know, actually. It was just straight up the opposite. Yeah, it really was. Well, we're rebuilding. That was pretty funny, honestly. Okay, you know what? We're gonna fly on a jet. This is so weird. Like, this is so weird because I cannot even tell where, like, what angle the Dragonite is at. I don't know if there's any way to tell. I thought I was supposed to go exploring for fossils, and I've basically done everything, but you know what, honestly, relic coins, I'll take those. Because I still don't have a Goldengo, funnily enough. Yeah, they really are. But again, that is still way better than what they used to be. I can't wait until I turn them into turbo motion sickness. That's gonna be fun. Okay, but here's the thing, Plasma. I can get a Goldengo and give it pants. And I think that's just really funny. Can you argue against that logic? I can give Goldengo pants. Got the netherite for it. That is also true. Honestly, Goldango just needs to be a bit bigger, and then I just give it the chest, pants, and then I could just call him Banjo. And it would be 100% accurate. Right. I need to remember. Also, I should, when I'm gonna restart the game, I should probably change the settings so that names show up on the Poke Finder. Honestly, Goldango was not even my biggest problem with Reg H. Not even top 3. Still a very stupid Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but Arch was way dumber. Okay, Ursaluna also. Arch was extremely stupid. I'm saying that as someone who just played Rain and basically nothing else in Reg Age. Also, Sneasler. I love how the list just keeps getting longer and longer. And, and remember, people enjoy Reg Age. Honestly, instant in my opinion, has never been an issue. I've personally never had an issue with instant, and I basically only use instant in restricted formats typically. Toasty gets it. Like the thing is, like in my opinion, instant is basically just like the scotch tape that it keeps a meta. Like it holds the meta together. Oh, it was good. I'm just saying it's not a problem. Instant is the glue. Like ever since it's been a thing, it's almost always been the glue. That's just been checking the most stupid stuff. Like the dumber the stuff that's available, the better instant becomes. I have, but it wasn't even that good. Basically, on its own, instant does not offer, like, it does offer pressure, don't get me wrong. But basically, the main thing it does is slow down the tempo. So, like, buying a turn is way more valuable when each turn counts more. And also, a lot of the most powerful / stupid Pokemon are weak to instant. Yeah, Toasty is basically saying very similar things to what I'm saying. And its utility moves become more, like, even most of its utility moves also become way more useful. Like, I'll go with 2019 as an example. Instant, like, I think it's only been, it was only a thing in 2019 because Xerneas exists, but, like, Roar Instant shows up. It has the bulk to live a +2 Moonblast and can just roar Xerneas away. Snarl becomes a thing. Especially when, like, less so in Gen 9 because of the fact that, well, first of all, Calyrex Shadow can just tear out of the weakness, but also just, what's it called? Covert Cloak existing, but, like, you would see Snarl. You would also see Snarl quite a bit. Like, being able to get, like, slow pivots, it's taking a hit and then slow pivoting is way more valuable when the hits are stronger. Yeah. And on the other, like, on the flip side, a fake out to support a nasty plot from a Shadow Rider is way more valuable than a nasty plot from a Goldango, for example. Yes, it was Toasty. And while it wasn't as popular, I'm pretty sure it did see some usage in Gen 8 too. Like, specifically on the AV variants. Yeah. I mean, there weren't that many back then. Like, stupid ones, there were two, even though both were really, really big. Xerneas and Kyogre. Like, I'm not gonna say that they both weren't a big deal, but yeah. Like, I'm not gonna, and also I will clarify, because both Dosia and I did. Now, it's not like Instant isn't good in lower power formats. It's just it's more valuable in higher power formats. Yeah, it did. Like, actually I think I've only used Instant in restricted formats at majors. I try to think of one single non-restricted format where I brought Instant to a major, and I cannot even think of one. Also, okay, yeah, the mod is done building. I was like, wow, I wonder why, Toasty. I wonder why. It's time to see if I managed to fix it. It probably is the case, but time to restart the game. Modified, the new version of the modified mod. Launch. Then we wait. Hi, Zopi. How are you doing? Also, I will say today I'm probably not going to be streaming for too long, mainly because I do want to relax a bit, and I'm probably going to be doing a longer stream on Tuesday, probably, where I'm going to be spending more time building the school. Like, right now, I just really did want to show off the fact that I got Flight working on stream. Oh, nice. I'm definitely attending Toronto, but I'm going to Toronto as a spectator. I don't think I would be able to justify going as a competitor with with how little effort I've been putting. I cannot. I don't think I can justify going. All right, now let's see. Toronto's in April. Forgot which weekend exactly. No, this season's in April. I think they learned. I do remember quite a bit of it. Honestly, April is way nicer than January. I'm glad that they learned their lesson from last year. Because, oh my god, January, Toronto was such a dumb idea. Oh, yes. There we go. Can I even go down now, though? Okay, I might have to make down a bit easier. Whoa, what's going on here? Yeah, okay. Whoa, did I Did I just basically turn it into a jet? Oops. Me neither, Mason. Huh. That was interesting. I did not die. I did not officially die. I managed to dodge the nosedive. Okay, so I might need to make it a bit more sensitive. What's going on? Wait, did I put it to? Did I put the initial value to 0? Is that what I did? Because that would explain it, and that would be very, very dumb. I'm gonna go take a look again at what I did. Did I initiate the value to 0? No. Okay, good. I tried that. I think that up is fine. It's really down that seems off. Right, now I think about it, I need to remember turning the names on for the Pokefinder. I forgot that's a config option that I need to change. Thank you, Lego, by the way. I did read that message like a while back. Uh, okay. Cobblemon. Okay, there's no way to just auto reload config, but sure. I do see what people meant about the complaints with the new nav. Oh, the new Pokefinder. It feels... It honestly feels like we're going through, like... It feels like this feels way too real, where they start with something good and then just add way too much bloatware to it. What I missed when Cobblenav did not sell out. Should not have sold out to the ads. Wait, isn't there supposed to be a looter chest here? Did Mock break the looter chest again? Come on, Mock. Oh no, for some reason it's just a regular chest. Also, do expect more lag as we're rebuilding. Oh, good idea. You unlock the power of plot armor. Remember, just call Dynamax plot armor and then it becomes acceptable. I think the issue might be the fact that going, like, the force to go up is just counteracted by the going down. Like, the going down is just counteracted by the going up. Oh, I see what's going on here. Oh my. I'm sorry, computer. I'm so sorry. It's for a good cause. I promise. Yeah, at this point, I'm just visiting places I've already been to, which, you know, I don't actually mind all that much, but it's just kind of funny. Or just, oh yeah, I'm gonna explore areas I haven't been to, going to play, just to end up going to places I've been to. Okay, the mod is done recompiling. I can take the moment to go take a look at the paste, since I'm in desktop for a little bit. Outrage is still weird. Like, it's so weird to me seeing Outrage being good in VGC now. Like, the power level is now high enough that you can justify running it. The mouse hold still gets me every time. Now let's restart. Okay, mod copied. Yeah, I am. I did get sometimes I'm restarting. I think the biggest issue I had at first was the fact that, I Val and Var. Like the fact that Val and Var are two different things in Kotlin. Like, I am not used to Kotlin at all, so it's so funny that I'm messing with the Cobblemon source code that's basically 95%. Like, it's written in 95% Kotlin. It's been a good way to learn, at least. This is good. I still can't believe I actually like. It's not even just the fact that I got the mounts to work; it's the fact that it was surprisingly simple. Like, all things considered, I did not have to change anywhere near as much as I thought I needed. I thought I would have needed to way more. Well, I'm saying that as if I'm done. Like, I'm still showing that, like, yeah, birds still need tweaks. Wait, like, minor ones? But this is still way better than I thought. Like, it needed quite a lot of reading just to figure out, like, where. Because, like, it was basically, like, the right spot was basically, like, okay, yeah, 3 times up might be a bit much. I might just try twice. Whoa. Okay, like, I think we're okay. Maybe? Yeah, okay, this is looking quite controllable. Like, the issue is that compared to land mounts, it feels like the center angle changes quite a bit. That makes it quite hard to follow, like, where where I'm supposed to be steering. It's more noticeable the more progress we make. Like, the more we travel. You're not gonna be spared, Toasty. You're not gonna be spared. Yeah, I think that up might be slightly too fast, but not too bad, all things considered. Still don't know what, like, this center angle is considered. What's considered a center angle? Because, like, right now it's still considered going up. That's kind of weird. Like, that's probably the part that confuses me, because, like, right now, this should not be up. I might have to change what... Oh, maybe... I have to check what's considered, like, the direction. And base it on that. Or modify... Yeah, I think I might have to change the behavior quite a bit. Yeah, it does. It really does. Like, I thought it was smoother than that, but apparently not. Like, at least when I tested, I feel like it was a bit... Then again, like, I really only tested in short bursts, so it makes sense that, like, in a practical situation, it feels more off. Wait, isn't that where a spot where fossils show up normally, this? Like, isn't that a fossil structure? Or am I remembering wrong? Okay, cool. Now, let's just wait until daytime then. I'll take a no, Amber. Well, I guess the fossil hunting has not been a waste then. anyone dig here already? Because I feel like this is a spot that someone would have dug through already. I do not. I have not gone fossil hunting much. So wait, that looks like someone's area. Oh, I gotta try it. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, I feel like people would have explored these areas more. Like, I thought that people would have already explored. Feels weird that I'm the first one to find this one. That's more what I'm trying to say. More than normally there's holes here. Like, it feels like I should not have been the first one to find it, is more what I'm saying. Oh, I have 2 brushes. I've come ready. I don't want an excavator. Do I have a regular shovel anywhere? Okay, maybe not in this bag. Maybe in this one? No? Huh. Oh, iron. You know what? Whatever. A shovel's just shovel. What do you mean? We don't have breeding here, Zopi, so I would need multiple ones. How low? I have to dig deeper, right? There's no way I don't. Do I have stuff I can store? You know what? Let's store these. Yeah, I know. That's why I did not go for an excavator. And I'm not going to revive the fossils right now. Because I know that in 1.8 it's easier to get shiny fossils. And I could also go for an alpha fossil. Patience will pay off. This is definitely a suspicious gravel. Yep. Sure, I guess. I think I've got room in here. Do I have raw? No. Oh wait, I can store this copper. I can store this. This is gravel. Yeah, this is gravel. Is it suspicious? I think so. No, that is not the sound of suspicious gravel. Because there is a distinct sound. Yeah, as I thought like this sounds like regular gravel. You know what? Let's use these torches just to free some. Oh, that's the tall ones. Never mind. Where are the regular ones? Well, you know what? I might keep holding it in the offhand. Oh, this is where the regular ones are. Wait. I had some of these in here already. Thank you. Okay, this is regular. Yeah, I know. Okay, this is regular gravel. Okay, good thing I took it out. Now we found suspicious one. Yeah. Normally there's more than this, right? Like, at least from what I remember, there's usually more than this. Cool. This is regular gravel, I'm pretty sure, right? Yep. I think I see more gravel. I do, but I think that's regular gravel. Pretty sure it is. Wait, that's never going to do anything. I don't know why I was doing that. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I was doing that. Like, I think I was just having a brain fart. I feel like there's supposed to be more gravel than this. From what I remember. Okay, that is gravel. I don't think that's... Yeah, I was going to say, that is not suspicious, though. Alright! I forgot. I can crouch. I have crouch privilege. Although I feel like it takes longer. So you know what? Just below where? Oh! That looks awfully suspicious. Okay, now... Do I not have room? Doesn't seem like it. Oh well. I think that this is regular gravel. There's probably more. Oh, this looks a bit suspicious. Oh, is that bone? Is that a bone? I'll take a bone. Hey, that's a fossil. That's a plume fossil. That's a plume fossil. Yep. Yeah, that is in fact plume. Love to see it. Do I have anything I can just get rid of here? So you know what I could do? Come on out, Wilmer. You're getting a held item. Oh, let's grab this. I think this might be normal. Yep. Tough. Stone. 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 Nice. Oh. Oh, maybe like right over there. Maybe. Okay, I doubt that there's anything past the diorite. I'm gonna double check though. Because at worst, I do probably need more diorite anyway. No, okay, I don't think it leads to anything. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let me withdraw this. I've got room. Yeah, honestly, I do enjoy it. Like, for me, like, the main thing that just kind of prevented me from doing much with it was the fact that I did not really have good way to travel until now. And even then, and even now, I would not say it's a good way of travel yet. But definitely a huge improvement. Definitely a huge improvement compared to what I used to have. Like, I'm most definitely not complaining. Because I know how much worse it can get. And although you know what, I can talk trash about the guy who's been the guy who did the bird compatibility for VR. That guy's an absolute moron. Trust me, I know the guy. Wait, did I miss any, or are you talking about the one I just picked up? Because I think this one is regular, right? Why do I want to store? Oh, wait, actually, I can store the plume fossil in here. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's dig. No, let's keep digging. I'm pretty sure this is regular. Yeah, that is the sound of regular gravel. Oh, that does look awfully suspicious. The winners. Ooh! Oh, I did not know I could find leafstone ore here. I don't think I've got my fortune hammer on me, so you know what? Let's pick it up with Silk Touch. Do you have Tropius? Oh, I just did? Oh, that's awesome. We call that plot armor around here. I doubt that there's... Is there much more here? I feel like there probably isn't. Like, gut feeling says I probably dug through most that I could find in here. Oh, yes. Earth. Yeah, I know the pain of getting Ursaluna. I've had to get a few, actually. During Camp Cobblemon. Pretty sure you can craft it. Pretty sure you can craft a peat block. I think it's mud and stone, potentially. Pretty sure. And I think the Teddy Ursa line also drops peat blocks. I might be wrong on that one because I feel like I got way more than I got quite a few, and there were no structures during Camp Cobblemon. I know that Iron Man did not necessarily mess with drops. Let's dig up. I should have made more. Like, the more I'm looking at my current situation, the more I'm realizing that I should have probably made some room. I should have made more room in my bags. So let's go check what's over there. Quite carefully though, because I don't want to just attract mobs over there. It doesn't look like it's anything really. At a glance at least, it doesn't seem like it's much. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. That is so weird. No, it's fair enough, honestly. I don't need to apologize. It reminds... Look, I've seen how it feels like, especially when it comes to, like, camp, like, when camp was over and realizing, oh yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon that I actually kind of got attached to that I'm not going to be using anymore. Shout out to this shiny Kilowattrel that clutched it. Steven Siegel. The goat. This is a bit... I wonder how much I'll struggle to make it back. Wait, oh, what's that? Okay, time to get distracted. Okay, no, I'm not equipped. I'm not equipped to tackle this alone. Curse of Ra. Yeah, okay, I do need to nerf the way up a little. I'm looking down. Why does it detect it as up? That's actually kind of funny. But yeah, I do need to adjust quite a bit when it comes to how that behaves. Oh, it drowned. Yeah, honestly, this navigates pretty well now. Like, I remember when I tried it with my Blastoise, and honestly, it used to be so bad. But now, honestly, it works really well. Submarine mounts actually work really well. Like, I'm pretty happy with how... Like, the tweaks feel pretty perfect. Like, outside of, like, the weird moments where it's not really, like... The front is not the front. That part is a bit weird. But outside of that, you know... Honestly, I don't think I've got anything to tweak. Which I'm very happy with. Let's see how this goes if we go for a while. Honestly, I feel like it works pretty well as long as I'm not going too extreme with the angles. Which is nice. Like right now it feels like it feels pretty smooth. I might do something about like restricting the like extremes potentially. Oh god. Oh, I think I get it. I think I might get it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I get it now. It is related to the extreme values, actually. Oh, that's interesting. I think I might have figured it out. That will be interesting if that's how it works. Like, I think I have to limit it if it goes past a certain angle. Because I think it tries detecting, like, the difference from where the my angle used to be. And that's why, like, if it moves too much, it just changes the center to something else. I think it also might be related to the uneven angles. Like, the times 3 and times 2 might be part of the issue, actually. Like, if it's both times 2, like, if it's symmetrical, it might be better. We'll see. Huh. I did not know that crouch basically seems like it's treated like a break. Like, not necessarily like going down, but as... Oh my god, yes, that's how I do it. Okay, so if I move my head, like if I'm trying to go down and it doesn't work, I have to move my head way too up, and then it fixes it. Like this. Okay. We are getting somewhere, I think. Like, at least when it comes to understanding the behavior of the bird mounts. So, okay, I do not want times 3. I probably want times 2 at most. That's interesting. That is so interesting. I'm learning so much. Yeah, good thing I took it for a spin. Like, I'm happy that, like, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna treat this stream as, like, we're gonna treat this as a proper test session. Like, on paper it works, let's see how it works in a trial by fire. Yeah, like, it looks like the main issue is just keeping the correct angle. Like, it feels like it tries changing the standard too much. And I think that might be related to how Cobblemon handles it. Like, it might be related to probably like where it tries to treat the angle that Kilowattrel is at as the starting point, and then looks at where I'm looking as the input, or if it looks for the fact that I'm not moving my head anymore as no movement, and because of that it doesn't treat it as movement. So I might just try to might have to check if I can change. Like, I feel like I might have to include Vivecraft as a dependency for an alternate way and just check for the head angle, potentially. Honestly, I kind of miss nerding out about that kind of stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. I think the theory holds up. Like, it does explain why I'm not running. They did not run into any of these issues in testing, because they're the kind of stuff that you notice while flying for after a while of flying. Like, not a long time, but just a decent amount. And most of mine were in very short bursts. I think we're almost back in Prelude. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to edit how it I'm gonna have to learn how to include mods as dependencies. That's probably the very first thing I need to learn. Yeah, I will need some help for that. I know that you know how. I don't know if you're still awake, if you're still watching, but if you are, I do need help with that, I think. But that is still huge. I'm honestly so excited. Like, I was excited to show it off. I know that there's still a lot of work to be done. But I'm happy with the fact that, while obviously not perfect, there is something. And we're here. We're home. It is no longer just a good one. Me flying in VR. That was not just a funny joke anymore. Vert is actually a prophet. It was just not meant to be for a camp. Honestly, it kind of makes sense that I needed camp to be over for me to solve it. Because, like, camp just constantly kept us way too busy for me. Like, I did try to take one afternoon trying to figure it out, and then just did not. So obviously the moment I've got a bit more time than just one afternoon, it kind of goes somewhere. Like, honestly, it does not surprise me. I mean, if honestly, I probably spent more time on the... No, I won't say it was a failed attempt. It was a net success and progress. I think that's the way to put it. Because it did help. It actually helped with figuring out the stuff for where to tweak. Like, tweak the values. Like, as you've noticed when I was trying to change how Kilowattrel behaved, I knew where to look because of the failed attempts. Like, it was not a waste. I think success and progress is still the best way to describe it. Okay, do I have stuff I can get rid of here? Like, you know what? I think I have Everstones in more than one backpack. Yeah. Think I can take these. Cool. Do I have more stuff I can take? I might need the dirt, though. Okay. Do I have more stuff I can take out? You know what? I don't think I need cyan. I might keep the cyan wool for table tech, actually. Like, it's probably going to be more helpful at the school anyway. So, next stream, I'm probably going to be working on the trainer school. So, that's fine. I don't think I need big roots. I can store these. Oh, I still had a stack of poke bait. Oh, right. Right, because I forgot it. What stuff can I take? What stuff can I take out from here? This for sure. This for sure. This for sure. Don't need this at all. Okay, you know what? Grass block, sure. What was I looking for again? Right. Do I have... Oh, I do have arrows in that backpack. Right. The berries in here. This one too. This one too. Can store this. Could store this. I can store this. Is there anything else? Polmeg for sure. Those. Okay. Pear, Rost. These. Polmeg. Seeds. Now I can go store stuff. Right over there. All this crossbow, sugar, that disc. So, I think that's all I need. That's like, I think that's good enough. So yeah, I can store the pottery shards. I can store this. Glowing sack. Link cables. I think that's gonna be it. Whoops, I do want to take out the brush. There it is. Oh. Yep, there it is. I think that's that. I think I'm gonna call this stream here because I did say like I'm not necessarily gonna be streaming for too long. I think on Tuesday I'm gonna be streaming longer because like I'm probably gonna be focusing on building the trainer school more. For now, I'm just like I said, I mainly wanted to explore a bit and just show off the fact that I can fly now. Table Tech Tuesday. Wait, that is such a good name. Table Tech Tuesdays. Okay, so you know, I think I do have someone I could. I think I know someone I want to raid into actually. I did start the stream by referencing a rumble goat in Shoeless, and I think that we're gonna finish it by raiding into another rumble goat. Oh, it's his affiliate anniversary too. We're gonna go raid into Bivin. That guy's a wizard. An explosion wizard. Seriously, some of you might not know what Rumble is. I know that some of you do. But I will say it is such a cool game. Like, I recommend taking a look at what's going on in the stream because Not only is it a cool game, he's probably one of the coolest players in the game.